Hi, my name is Annette, and I want to tell you about how Jesus saved my life. And I'm going to start at my childhood. I grew up in a Christian home, and I heard all the right things. I heard all about Jesus' love. I heard all about his forgiveness. I heard about God's judgment, and I heard about how God does not tolerate sin. But none of that hit my heart at all. I didn't believe any of it. It was hitting like a brick wall almost. And there was this cloud. When I look back at my childhood, there's a really, really big cloud over a lot of my life. And it was the cloud of depression. I never really felt anything. Everything was a void. It was like there was a big cloud that was just over top of me, and it was blocking out anything. I didn't feel joy. I didn't feel happiness. I didn't even feel sadness. Things didn't make me really cry at all. I felt blank. And for a lot of my childhood, that's kind of how things went. I had moments where I would pretend and I would try, but in the end, every day I would feel this emptiness, and I was desperate. I got to the point where I started thinking, what's the point of life? Why am I here? Why am I even living? And I started to have suicidal thoughts. I wanted to just end it. I didn't have any reason to live, and I thought that nobody cared. I thought that nobody understood. Even though I had loving parents, I had loving friends, but I had this emptiness to me. And that went on for a long time. And it was so self-focused. It was all about me. It was all about what I was going through. And I was trapped in this bondage. And I didn't have a way out. I didn't know how to get out. And I didn't even know, I was so trapped, I didn't even know that I was in a trap. I didn't even know I was in a prison. I was just so focused on me. And so that went on for a while, and slowly I began to really feel that there was this desperation, and I needed something more. And this whole time I was hearing about God, and yet there was something that was just keeping me from experiencing him. And then one of my friends one time, she realized what I was going through, and she realized that there was something wrong, and she had been through depression, and so she prayed for me. And that's when things just changed. It wasn't like instant, but Jesus came, and he took over, and he showed me that I am forgiven for the things that I've done, that it doesn't matter what I've done, that he has forgiven. And this joy just came into my life. I can't even explain it really, because it wasn't anything that I did. He came and he rescued me. He took me out of bondage and he brought me into light. And for the first time, I was experiencing joy. I experienced peace like I had never felt before. And he showed me his love, and I had never felt that before. I had experienced it, and I knew what it was with words, but I experienced it truly for the first time. And I'm so thankful to him that he saved me and he rescued me from that. And I hope that you, those of you who are going through depression, that you can look to Jesus, because he is everything, and he can rescue you too. And he can save you.